You are Buriram United, because they take on the mighty Bunyodkor. Mighty they have been, with the names of Denilson, Rivaldo, Scolari. Not so much now. A lot of investment gone into the facilities, and they have this magnificent new stadium that they will be playing this AFC Champions League game at, where they will take on the Thai side from Buriram United, the FA Cup winners last season in Thailand. And it should be a cracker. The reason being, the Thai side, the first Thai side to qualify for the knockout phase for 10 years. The last club, of course, BEC Tero Sasana, who made it all the way through to the final and lost to Alain in a two-legged final. Then they will be looking to retain the 2-1 lead that they had at home, which was just over 1 week ago. So the sides looking to make their way to the further play. Jamie, we're not used to seeing this, are we? I'm being joined, of course, by Jamie Reeves. We're not used to seeing this stadium. It's normally a car park, isn't it, with two ends missing. It's a magnificent setting for what should be a wonderful game. We've already witnessed an absolute belter earlier on between FC Seoul and BEC Tero, and this one promises a lot as well, doesn't it?
Well, it does, but my breath's taken away by looking at the stadium and the pitch, Paul, because I've been commentating on Uzbek football for a long time, and we usually come and look at cabbage patches of pitches. The pitch is a bit patchy, but it looks a great surface to play your football on. And look at this stadium, it just is glorious, isn't it? So they've spent a lot of money on the facilities here. As you say, the players aren't the household names that they once were. But this is a good side, and they were a bit unlucky not to get a draw, at least, away from home.
4 changes made to the side of Bunyodkor by Kasimov. In comes the defender back from suspension, Shurakmedov. In comes the strike force of Taran and Faisal, and also Jurayev will come into the back line as well. 2 changes for Buriram. Suchao Nutum, the skipper, returns to the starting lineup, and striker Surya Domtaisong gets a start as well, which is somewhat of a surprise. Abdullah Balushi, the Qatari official, we've seen him before. Not a bad official, it has to be said. So it's all set for an intriguing encounter, Jamie, as we have a little look at Kasimov, the former, well, he was a great, wasn't he? There was no question about that. It's all set for an absolute belter.
It certainly is. Kasimov looking very relaxed there. He knows there's a certain amount of pressure because they went into this tie as the hot favourites. The Thais are regarded as one of the weaker countries in this tournament, but they've acquitted themselves well so far, and they've done pretty well when they've been on the road in the group games. They've stolen points where you didn't think they could get anything. They've shown some good resilience. The odd thing is that Bunyodkor have really struggled to get results at home. They drew all 3 games in the group stage. They went through unbeaten, topped their group, but they couldn't manage to get a win at home, and so they need to break that hoodoo if they're to progress from this fixture.
Chase Amri starts on the bench. He was the hero. As we see, the assistant coach getting involved. At the poll has left his post and has been replaced by Scott Cooper, an unknown English football manager who was at the academy with Leicester City Football Club in 2011, came over and worked at the Buriram United Academy for about a season before assisting Atapol and then taking over the reins. There he is, Jamie. Not a lot known about him, so it's going to be interesting to see how he copes with this.
Well, he's a man of mystery, isn't he? He finds himself in the hot seat. Actually, the results have been pretty good since he took over. They got a good draw at the weekend against BEC Tero Sasana, 2-2. And they're going well at the moment. If he can get them through to the last 8, it will be a tremendous achievement. Great start to his career with the club.
Well, not only was he with the academy, he was also the technical director. And he has obviously had a vast knowledge of the game. Being brought in, it will be interesting to see how he does get on.
A little bit of pressure on that fella there, Zukharov, the goalkeeper. Obviously Nestorov is of course the first choice goalkeeper for Bunyodkor, but he wasn't fit enough last week to play, and actually Zukharov played pretty well last week, so no big problems there. But Nestorov they thought was going to be fit for this game, but still not on the bench for this one.
So it's up to Buriram United to hang on to what they've got. If they can, they will go through. But let's not forget that Bunyodkor do have that away goal, which could come back to haunt Buriram. They are in the blue strip and they're having to defend here. Long throw down the line. Oh, straight into the challenge there was Banasak Srisai. We do think that Buriram will be starting with an almost 5 at the back. Don't we, Jamie? There's a great little bit of skill there from Taran. Taran just keeps possession, threads it into Turaev. Out wide, an opportunity to get it in from Hasanov. It's a great ball in. What an early start that would have been if Taran could have got on the end of that for Bunyodkor.
It's just what the home side wanted, wasn't it? A nice high tempo, a bit of pressure early on. If they could get an early goal, that would be such a plus for them. Because if they were to get one goal to the good, then actually they're on their way through because of that away goal. And I think this could be a considerable route of supply down the left side. Sorry. No,
definitely we know all about Hasanov. We've seen him for many years, haven't we? Not only with this side but also with the national team. Kahirano getting caught there, easily mopped up and picked up though. Sherakhmedov, the referee, has just decided to stop the game. It is Kahirano. He's tied his head. It looked as though he just jarred his knee there into the challenge. It was a strong one from Juraev. There is Osmar Ibanez, who got the campaign off to a wonderful start, scoring in the opening game. It looked as though they were going to get all 3 points against the Galatasaray Sendai. As it was, it didn't transpire. It was a draw. But what a campaign they have had, Jamie, when you look at the results and you look at the way that they have managed to plough their way through, particularly when you consider that there was a bit of pressure on them, particularly in that last game where they managed to get a draw against Seoul. Well, they nearly had heart and soul there, as breaking forwards from the middle of the park is our first look at Surya. They're looking to hit on the counter-attack. It's a lovely ball threaded through to him. Was he offside? The flag's gone up, so it wouldn't have counted anyway, but they are showing they have got 5 at the back. We can see it's almost like a 5-3-2 formation that they are playing, so they're here to hang on to what they've got, aren't they?
That was never in any doubt, and everybody's been saying before the game it's a question of whether Bunyodkor can break down a pretty resolute Buriram defence. I think they've mustered around Ibanez, and they're actually a pretty well organised side and defend very effectively.
I did commentate on the final group games that were played, and it was an absolute seesaw and a ding-dong, because FC Seoul, well, they went 2-1 up against Buriram United, only for Teraton, who's playing in the left-back position today, to score 60 seconds later. And they were biting their fingernails and hanging on, because over in Japan, the Japanese side lost 2-1 to Jiangsu Shanti, and that meant that they finished level on points but with a better head-to-head than Jiangsu Shanti. So Buriram went through, but what an achievement in itself, Jamie.
It's a tremendous achievement, and it is a surprise because they went through on 7 points, Paul, and 7 points can often, you can often finish in last place with 7 points, but it's the topsy-turvy world. You've got other teams going out on 10 points and they progress with 7, but you just have to play the group you're in, and I think it's been very good fun watching them play. Sometimes they've looked very much out of their depth, but most of the time they've acquitted themselves reasonably well.
And the ball launched forwards and to no avail. It's gone over the top. Poor ball in and a poor cross. So no problems there for Siwarak in goal. There is Turaev, 25 years old and 11 caps to his name. He was signed from Nasaf Klasi, of course one of the stronger teams up there in the Uzbek League. Of course, for many years it was only Bunyodkor and Paktor, as that's flicked forwards, and the keeper's got to come a long way again, and Siwarak, or Champ as he's known by his teammates, made no mistake there. That's a free kick. Surisuka put back into the side, missed a couple of games through injury, but has amassed 68 caps and had a spell at Manchester City and Grasshoppers over in Switzerland. He knows his way around a football field.
Yeah, my initial reaction there was that he was making rather a lot of this, but actually he was caught right on the Achilles heel there. That can be very uncomfortable indeed.
Definitely got clipped, no question about that. Long ball played forwards, a little chest down. Sichal just checks back inside, has a little bit of support. It's quite surprising that the other Spaniard, Carmelo Gonzalez Jimenez, isn't playing. Cajerano.
Yeah, I thought he'd come back in. I think he was suspended last week, but available. He's on the subs bench, but obviously Scott Cooper's making his own decisions on how the team should line up. I actually quite fancy Buriram in this one, Paul, because you mentioned the big name players Bunyodkor don't possess anymore, but among the Uzbek players, you know, that some of the great players have gone, and I don't think this is a great side. I mean, in the past they've had Jeparov, they've had Timur Kapadze, Viktor Karpenko. I mean, there's three of the great names from Uzbek football. None of them there now. This fella's still here, obviously, Hasanov. He is a threat. Clever player down that left-hand side, but the rest of them I think are a workmanlike team, and some of them not in the first flush of youth now as well. Karimov springs to mind.
An aging side, that's for sure. Facer up front is 32 years old. Hasanov now 29. Zukharov in goal, 30, and as you mentioned, Karimov 35 years old at the back, but we know that he's there for the experience as well. Long ball played forwards, flag's gone up. Good call there. Jimenez sorting out the defence and keeping that line nice and tight.
Well, no question that wasn't even close that time around. Good defensive work, and Hasanov far too eager to get forward. Hasanov's one of those players, Paul, often when I see him, the first 15 minutes or so he looks tremendous, then as the game wears on he
goes missing.
He goes missing, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think I can remember commentating on some games for the national team as well. Here he is again in behind, just epitomising what you're saying. That's a much better ball in, but well dealt with. Siwarak came a long way there, made his mind up early, and you can see that the Thai side want to get on with this as well. Here's that long ball forwards, Cajerano chasing down, puts the pressure on and just pokes it behind, but Leposian, no mistake from him, the 24-year-old, just getting his body in the way.
Interesting seeing Cajerano's position, Paul. He looks like he's playing much more centrally today.
Good clear from Ibanez. He will pop up on the right as well, that's for sure. There is Surya. Maybe those two are going to mix and match that up, interchanging of positions, but it's the Thai side breaking forwards now. What a ball that is. Great ball switched out wide. Here's Teraton. Teraton fires one in. Half a chance there, but no one getting on the end of it. I do excuse the referee wearing the purple shirt. He might get him mixed up with one of the Thai players. At a glance, Jamie.
Yeah, easily done.
Well, that's nice ball threaded forwards as well. Blazic helps it into the middle. Here's the big man. Saifor just couldn't keep possession. Strong challenge coming in there, and the referee getting right into the thick of the action. If it is the man that was signed from Lokomotiv Tashkent, who are currently sitting at the top of the league table and the league standings at the moment, just a point ahead of Bunyodkor.
Could easily have been a yellow card there, Paul, that challenge from behind.
Well, that could be a yellow card as well for Tiraton. A little tug back there on the shirt. Blazic doing well to get round the outside there, the Serbian. Interesting story behind him and his career. Actually, he was released as a free agent, and there's a lot of going on behind the scenes that they weren't paying his wages, and I'm talking about Red Star Belgrade, which is why he managed to leave as a free agent. That's allegedly, of course, so Be interesting to see what happens there as that one's fired in, just fisted away by Siwarak. Long range shot. Well, I think the less said about that, the better.
Difficult taking the shot on the half volley like that. Good ball knocked in. I like this one, but we often see Siwarak using that technique, punching the ball away. It's been okay from Buriram so far. I think they don't look like the occasion's gotten to them.
I think just the occasion of them being in the Champions League was such a big thing for them, Jamie, that they overcame that with the initial game when they played in Japan, and they've grown from strength to strength from there, really, haven't they?
Yeah, they've shown some good character.
I have to say that they have been one of the better sides of the minnows that have qualified, and that's no disrespect to Thai football. Of course, Thailand only given the 2 spots, but let's not forget that Buriram did have to go through the qualifying phase as well. And what a game that was against Adelaide, and knocking them out on penalties in the qualifying round. So they really have done themselves proud and deserve the opportunity to be here. That game was actually supposed to be played in Australia, but it got switched to Thailand at the last minute. They eventually went through, winning 3-0 on penalties. Quite remarkable, really.
Well, we know Tiraton's got good delivery with that left foot.
Let's see what this one's like. It's a great ball, fizzed in, fisted away. Both keepers not wanting to make a mistake early doors. Closing that one down was Surya. Ibanez stayed forward, he just heads it wide. Sachal just runs out of space. Not a player you want to mess with, Sachal. Former regional and national, if I'm not mistaken, Thai kickboxing champion. Very, very dedicated professional he was before electing to hang up the gloves and stick on them shoes. There's a strong challenge coming in the middle of the park, and again Tureyev just missed time in his tackle there. Kai Hirano pulling into that left position, just threads it down the line. Teraton joining the attack, thinks about the give and go, but just has the give instead. Nice little turn there from Surat. Now looking to just keep possession here, Buriram, and we've seen them do that before. Quite a tough training regime that they do have as well, where they go in at 9-10 o'clock in the morning all together and leave at 4 or 5, and they're actually checked in and out with the aid and assistance of a thumb printing device. Just what you want as a player, isn't it? Just going to the office, love. I'll be back in 8 hours. Well, they're in no rush, and they're not the ones that need to push. So that's just trying to draw out this Bunyodkor side. Didaton clips it forwards, easily dealt with.
Well, you can hear the response of the crowd, Paul. This must be music to the ears of Scott Cooper and the Buriram players. That was good delivery there from Tiraton, and they have looked quite reasonably bright at the moment, Buriram. Another little tug on the jersey there.
Well, it's Kanmoff it was who was breaking forwards. Possession being kept. Ibrahimov just dropping into that centre circle and trying to get things going again. Shirakmadov keeps the ball. That's not the best ball forwards. The second ball's all being picked up by Buriram. Tiraton, no nonsense from him, get it away. And, well, Jamie, if I told you that 15 minutes have almost elapsed, you'd be surprised, wouldn't you?
Genuinely surprised, Paul. And I think Buriram will be delighted with the way the pattern of the game is emerging. I thought Bunyodkor would have taken the game much more to their opponents.
Let's not forget they only do just need that solitary goal to be able to go through with the away goal, so there's no point in forcing it too early. Great ball into the box, a little layoff there, not the best. Tureyev fighting and battling, they want the free kick, not given. Finds its way out wide. Hassanov, who's switched flanks and he's going to deliver with his left foot. Has another little touch and another little touch and another one. Runs into a brick wall. Play allowed to continue. Pratom Tries to deal with it. Teraton will just clip this one forwards. Karamov at the back. Well, the Thais do not have to kick the ball out, and you can see Karamov not happy there.
I don't think he's got any case there, Paul. I don't think the Thais are under any obligation to knock the ball dead. I think it's a real irritant in the modern game.
There's nothing wrong with him. He's not touched him at all. And when you've got Kasimov, who, you know, takes one too many, two too many, three too many, and then runs straight into the middle. I mean, what do you expect? But where's he injured there? Maybe he's okay. I'll hold that one back there, yeah. I can just see you grabbing exactly the same place, Jamie. Oh, I can see your expression.
But you don't have to stop the game because the player gets injured there. It's very uncomfortable, but it's not life-threatening.
There or there on the pitch. One of the funnier moments that we've had today, of course, if you're just joining us, we've managed to witness a wonderful game earlier on. 90 minutes between FC Seoul and Beijing Guan was wonderful. It was an absolute spectacle, and let me tell you, this one has started in the same vein. You do feel it's going to be a lot of one-way traffic from Bunyodkor, but Buriram will have to be cute, and they're going to have their heads on and their game faces on here if they are to qualify and go through to the quarterfinals.
I think the thing with Bunyodkor, Paul, is the same every time I've watched either the Uzbek national team or their top clubs. They've just got this great capacity to self-destruct. They seem to play good football, they get themselves into good positions, and then the middle of the defence gets it all wrong, or the goalkeeper makes a mistake, and they give something stupid away. Maybe there's a more measured approach here. They're not going to rush it, as you quite rightly pointed out. Any time in the next 90 minutes, from now sort of 73 minutes, they just need to get one goal, then they go through, so no need to push things. But they do have this capacity to get themselves into good positions, then get out of them again.
It was the crop of 2008, 2009, when you mentioned all those great players when they were buzzing around, and money seemed to be no object to the side. Of course, when Scolari was there, soon went wrong after qualifying for the round of 16 in 2010, 2011. Semi-finalists last year, though. That does have to be mentioned. There's definitely a five at the back, and Tanasak Strisai has been thrown in there as well. There's Teraton, great feet from him. It's a poor ball from him. Gets away with it thanks to his mate Pratom Chutong, who finds Ibanez. Little give and go. He can play, that much we do know. A couple of seasons at Racing Santander, and he's their leading scorer in this competition with 2, and has fired that one out wide. Here is Surya. He has Kahirano in the middle. He also has Sechao just backing him up, and not the best shot in the world. But I'm not going to tell him that.
No. Hopelessly overambitious. That was a nice piece of play from the big fella, Ibanez, and a great ball spread out wide, but it all fell apart after that. The crowd really needs something to give them a bit of encouragement. They've gone very quiet.
So actually slightly
yellow card for handball there, I think. Paul.
Absolutely. You put your hand up, and Teraton is the first player to go into the book after 20 minutes or so. Just before then, of course.
It was a very clear handball, and these days a very deliberate handball like that always going to be a yellow card.
I was just going to say, Jamie, catching it and rolling it to yourself on the floor doesn't exactly help, does it? Of course, I am exaggerating.
Only a little there, Paul. It was pretty blatant.
Hasanov delivers. It's a great ball in. Abinath gets there. The big 6'5" Spaniard. Lines are clear. Kaiharano coming deep. Easily picked up though. Sharakhmedov back to Karamov. Just looks to keep possession. Seems to have played forever, doesn't he, Karamov?
Yes, he does. He's gone on and on and on. There were people wearing wigs imitating Karamov in the crowd. A sort of bubble perm look, but he's gone more for a mullet these days.
Soft one there, Jamie. Igor Taran was looking to get in behind. It was Blazic that had the contact and drew the contact. It was Taran that had made the run. There you go, the little flick inside, and once you raise the arms, you're giving the referee.
You've got to give the free kick there, and you're right, this is exactly the sort of position that they'd be looking for. Set pieces, both flanks.
They're not the tallest, Buriram.
With the exception of Ibanez, of course.
Yeah.
But he can't mark everybody, right?
Exactly. If he gets drawn out of there, then it will be problematic for them.
I think Buriram are basically zonal here, aren't they? They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all in a line. They're not particularly picking anybody up, they're just holding positions.
It's clipped into that near post area. That looked like a handball. Jamie Reeves has raised his hand, who's sitting next to me as Titterton launches that one. Anywhere will do. The fans incensed. That looked clear cut and nailed on. Even Kasimov looks on and can't believe that that one hasn't been given.
Well, it definitely looked like an arm race to me. We'll have a look at it again in a minute, I hope.
Long throw into the box, flicked on, and the danger not cleared until that final moment. Launch forwards Kaiharano, and he's going to have to battle like a warrior today. If he is the furthest man forwards, you know what his work rate is like. Here's the opportunity again. Blazic it was who whipped this in. Whoop, there you go. It's a clear handball.
He's punched the ball.
Jirawat it was who attacked it with the hand. Here's Blazic again. Just tried to tuck it in behind for Sharakhmedov, but he'd just gone too early. So offside has been given. Clear cut that one.
I'm still stunned about the handball decision, Paul. It seems so obvious. At the time, immediately it happened, we both thought it was handball. We've seen the replay and he's come out like Superman, leading with his arm, punching the ball. Extraordinary.
Doesn't matter. The person who didn't see it is the one who could have given it. That's the referee. He said play on. Pratham Chutong is down injured. Not good for him. It'll be a free kick. The interesting thing about this Bunyodkor side, though, is that up until 2011 they were playing in West Asia. The last two editions of this competition, they've been shifted over to the east, Jamie, which again is slightly different for them.
Given that they're classified as Central Asia, I suppose that's where we're coming from there. Difficult for them, whichever group, whichever side they go to. You're talking a lot of travelling, whatever they do.
Of course, Buriram having to do without their influential midfield player, Chapuis, who injured himself celebrating a goal against Jiangsu Sente in the 2-0 home victory. That's a nice little flick on. And that's a great little touch. Ibanez doing ever so well there, then clears his lines, but not far enough. The loose ball picked up by Bunyodkor. Sharakhmedov just overplays that and never really given a chance to Blazic to get there. Scott Cooper, who's been shadowing Atapol till he got released or sacked, according to some reports. He said about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, right before the game of the club's history of the club's career. Quite amazing that transpired after Atapol got them into that position. Just asking his assistant there what needs to be done and passing on the messages. Chirakmedov delivers deep, and it's comfortable at the moment as Suchau picks up the loose ball, and you knew Suchau was going to go in like that, as was Ibrahimov. The pair of them the same. The free kick's been given though against Buriram. Well, the official not having any of this, Abdullah Balushi from Qatar.
I have to say, on first sight, it looked like one of those that you could have given either way. No, he's got his foot a little bit high. Fair enough.
Was just seeing if there was a bit of an advantage before calling it back. As it is, there wasn't. So Tureyev standing over the ball with Fisur. Long-range shot, drilled goal bound, and well, if that goes in from there at that height, at that pace, then you've really got a problem with your keeper. But the big 6'5" striker, the Ukrainian, not afraid to have a go from distance.
I think Sirawak will be very happy to field those throughout the game. But there's no question that Bunyodkor have taken control of the game at the moment.
They can have all the control in the game that they want. If they don't score a goal, they will not be going through in this competition. Tiraton just showing he's got a bit about him. Lovely little touch from him. A little reverse pass there from Surya. Tiraton needs to be careful, he's on a yellow card, so electing not to do what probably he would have done, which was slide right straight through Chirakmedov. Change already. Wow, that is early in the game. That can only be an injury. Surya on Baisong, well, has played literally no time at all, and it is going to be Gonzalez that comes on. I cannot believe that they didn't start with him, because this boy can play and he can hold it up and he links everything into play. That's not an injury, that's a tactical decision after 28 minutes, let me tell you. So Carmelo Gonzalez comes on. A man who had 2 years at Getafe and has played in the Spanish Primera Liga, given his opportunity to go up front and try and link things up. Tiraton hooks it clear. We already saw one bad substitution today.
I don't think this is a bad substitution.
This is a good one.
I think this is a good one.
This should have been the starting lineup, Jamie.
Amazed that it wasn't.
He had played in 6 of the games, then was suspended for that first game last week.
But he's experienced, he's a good player, he's fit, so I can't see why he didn't start the game. And at the moment the game is going away from Buriram. They just haven't had possession of the ball for a while.
This is the man that can hold it up. Pratum there looking like a Kiwi about to kick a field goal in rugby.
I think he's about to do the haka, don't you? They must put in some time in the weights room, these boys. They certainly build up the quad muscles there, and
well, they're only in for about 7 hours a day,
yes,
Jamie. So
yeah. It's almost, it looks like a muscle-bound look, doesn't it? That he might lack a bit of flexibility and mobility, but obviously not an issue.
There you go. That's exactly what Gonzalez brings to the party. Gets in there, but just went a little bit too early. That was nice play though from Buriram. So questions asked already about Scott Cooper.
Decision was right, wasn't it? It was a yard the wrong side of the last man.
Gonzalez just keeps possession. Surat. Tiraton pokes it forwards.
Did really well there, didn't he, the left fullback?
It's almost like a left wing-back role that he's playing at the moment, isn't it, Jamie? Both him and Shuri.
Yeah, that's the advantage of the 5-man at the back, that when you've got the ball you can get the wide players to go forward, and that overloads in midfield. It can be very attacking.
Nonsense with that challenge from Pratum Tutong, 29-year-old who's been called up into the national team squads for Chaffer, but is yet to make his debut for the national team. crowded out there, and that gives you the extra numbers in defence. As Jamie, half an hour has just fizzed by in this game. That's going to be a free kick, surely, for Buriram. Gonzalez already putting himself about and wins the free kick. So the change, at least you've got to say Scott Cooper has got something about him, feels that it wasn't going right, the ball not being held up enough, and that's why he made the change.
And they've looked at an improved side immediately. They'll be very happy with the way things have gone since the substitution. They've got 7 players forward in this position here.
They know a goal is needed at some stage in this game. It's whipped in, it's headed straight up in the air. Everybody just standing around, no one attacking the ball except for Zhukarov in goal. Easy pickings for the big 6'2" keeper.
Defence has got to like that. Seeing the goalkeeper come out, claim it very positively, always good news.
He was only positive at the second attempt, Jamie. He was a little bit stuttery to start with, but then made his mind up to come through the lot. Buriram on an 11-game unbeaten streak. The last time they lost was 2-0 to Jiangsu Senti, which was the 2nd of April. So it's not a bad run by their standards. So you see the foul there on Gonzalez. Again, winning the free kick straight away. Teleton's going to have to get a move on here, and you can see Kasimov. A few words with the 4th official. Cajerano helps this one down the line. So that back to Cajerano, trying to fire that one in. Oh, that was good, quick passing, and Turaev can look to come forward. Sees that the switch is on, but straight into the centre of the park. Satiao picks it up. Great play from Satiao. That's a great ball from Surat as well. Gonzalez put a ball in. It was just a little bit too high and in front of Cajerano.
Quite easy on the eye, the passage of play at the moment, Paul. Both sides passing the ball with a considerable degree of accuracy. The crowd are very restless.
They're desperate for a goal. Good defending from Pratong Chotong. Nicely forwards. Here's Gonzalez, got time and space, has help with Cajerano, elects to go himself. Gonzalez finds Hirano! Maybe that is the reason why he's not played in J1 and was playing in J2 for Katala Tomaya. Signed this year. Just that final quality in the final third letting him down.
He was offside anyway, wasn't he?
He's looking across the line.
I know, it's scandalous.
Turaev sorting things out. Sharakhmadov helps when he looks for the big man. Fansor couldn't bring that one down.
I think the big man's got to win those, Paul. The ball hung up there. He's 6'5". He's just got to get himself in position, get it up there and win that.
Sharakhmadov. Lovely ball played forward. Teraton with time and space. Someone went down off the ball there. It's a good ball whipped into the far post area though. Well, they've had a go. You've got to say that about Buriram. They haven't come here just to hang on. Here's Carmelo Gonzalez again. Just gets clipped from behind. Well, the referee has been quite consistent, it has to be said as well, throughout this first half.
Yeah, I quite like Abdullah Balushi. I've seen him on a number of occasions, and he seems to have a nice manner about him. Not one of those referees that alienates the players.
Of course, the most important thing is that the officials do talk to the players and can communicate with them. They still have to keep the discipline as well, though. Chance here, though, for Tiraton to deliver some quality. It's a great ball whipped in. Easily won, though. Karamov, just the right height for him. Jidawat just taking half a chance there, but confident in his own ability to beat the man and keep possession. Interesting to see if this goes to half-time and it's still 0-0. What's going to happen? Because I think that there'll be raptures of boos going around the ground. The fans will not be happy with that.
It's not what they were expecting, is it? They were expecting a tidal wave from the home side and probably at least one goal by this stage.
Hasanov, who's gone very quiet, as per Jamie Reeves mentioning. That's a foul throw, but play allowed to continue. An awful layoff, though, from Fishko. Kaiharano. Again, just losing the ball in that important area. And now there's 3 or 4 Buriram players caught out of position. Karamov on the ball yet again, as is Ibrahimov. Kaiharano wins the throw-in. You can see him just urging his players to go in behind.
They don't want to get too many players too far forward, do they? Set pieces, they don't mind Buriram pushing players up, but in open play, I think they're very happy to keep 7-8 behind the ball, even when they've got the football. Carmelo's looked excellent since he came on, and certainly fully fit. It makes it even more peculiar that he didn't start the game.
But if Scott Cooper's been with the side and shadowing Atapol for such a long time, he's obviously got to know what qualities he's got, but he's got a game plan to get in behind and use the pace. But you would have thought putting a 32-year-old up there, he's not going to be as quick as he was when he was 27.
Not quite.
And the band strike up, trying to get some rhythm into the game for Bunyodkor, because Buriram have started to get back into this. They're not having it all their own way, Bunyodkor, like they did in the opening 15 or so minutes. There's a nudge in the back, just the one arm, but play continues. Teraton, big looping delivery. Going in at the far post is Sechao. No free kick awarded, so Bunyodkor can look to break forwards. Hasanov in a wide position, has runners going ahead of him, elects to cross deep. Pratom just managed to get enough on that little bit of a header there, and no nonsense defending at all from anyone in a dark blue shirt today. Kasimov urging his side to go forwards. A lot of pressure on him today. Tiraton losing out. Flag's gone up, it's the linesman that's awarded that one. You can see a couple of the players in the middle there, in particular Taran and Fishko, not happy with that decision at all.
Well, Tiraton's the player who's gone down there, and he's never far from controversy, is he, Tiraton?
It's his goal that saw this side get out of the group game. That much we do know. In the final day draw up in Korea at the Civil World Cup Stadium. We've already seen Seoul come back from 1-0 down. Freddie Kanute scoring, and then 3 goals in the second half and a missed penalty by FC Seoul. I think that tells the story of that game, doesn't it?
That was a great game of football, Paul, no question. And I think the right side went through in the end. It's going to be intriguing to see how this one pans out.
There's a bit of an injury there to Jirawat, who's not getting involved at all here. The ball's been fizzed out wide. Time and space for Hasanov. Poor touch from him, but pulls it back. Little snapshot slash clear by Pratum Chutong. Well, the fans enjoying that one and trying to get behind their side. Still down on the ground, look, Jirawat. And again, we must reiterate that they're under no obligation to play the ball out, but there's a round of applause there, so you feel that the ball probably has gone out now. Here's Hasanov just pulling it back, and it's a miscue by Turayev.
It was a very tentative poke at the ball, wasn't it, from Turayev? Didn't look as if he fancied it. This really doesn't look very good news at all.
Is there a little bit of blood there? It's a great ball, that's splitting the defence wide open, but the ball back wasn't too bad. Just the finish. Kasimov is going to have probably a few words to say to his players at half-time. Just a couple of minutes to go before the interval. Coach of the year 2013 in the Uzbek League. The season has just finished. He's got it all to do. He did it as a player, which we don't know. Now needs to do it as a manager.
Yeah, he was a top player, wasn't he? Great goal scoring record considering he was a midfield player, averaging not far short of a goal every other game. And was a good footballer as well.
Flag's gone up for offside, again frustrating the white shirts and also frustrating the fans.
I think that's the story of the first half. The fans massively frustrated by what they've seen.
Kajirano wins the header. Karamov comes and clears his lines. Just launched clear by Filippo Sayan. Ball is broken here though for Bunyodkor. White shirts looking to pour forwards. Blazic, who's gone a little bit quiet of late, losing out. Ibrahimov. Jurayev tries to shoot from range or cross it. Nonetheless, it was blocked down by Sachau. Hasanov, he delivers. A little flick on. There's white shirts in there again trying to cause problems, but clear from Surat. Kajirano will do his normal chase. The arm looked as though it was raised. Ooh, it's just got pulled back, and well, you can see Filippo Sayan wanting the yellow card. I think he's just trying to protect himself in case that gets whacked into his face. It's not a fist thrown at the ball deliberately.
It's a free kick, but no need for a yellow card on that one.
60 seconds to go before half-time. Anywhere will do at the moment. Blazic keeps possession. Junayev playing it out wide. Hasanov, who needs to get in the game even more if the Uzbek side are going to get through, because that's what he can do. Ibanez clears with a header. Suka unable to keep that one in play.
When you see Hasanov do that, Paul, you think he ought to be ripping sides apart. He's got such great feet, he can change directions so quickly, and yet he goes quiet for so long.
Ooh, that looked like a nasty one to the face there for Pratum Chutong. 45 minutes have come and gone very, very quickly. There'll be 2 minutes of time added on. This, as intriguing as the first game, it does have to be said, for different reasons. No, never really touched him.
Didn't connect, did it?
No. There you go. Hasanov, inconsistency has been his biggest problem. Was third in the Uzbek Player of the Year in 2009, behind the likes of Rivaldo and co. I don't think I've ever seen him push this far forwards, ever. Girawat keeps possession. Tereton keeps it. Gonzalez back to Girawat. Well, the Thai side will be happy to stroke this around for another minute until the whistle goes for half-time, that's for sure. Ibanez doesn't want to get caught in possession. Pratom just helps it in behind. Much from Tereton, little layoff though from Tureyev. A lot of space for Ibrahimov. Jurayev looking to pour forwards. Closed down quickly, so came back inside. Ibrahimov. And of course, you always know who's going to get the ball at some stage. Karamov. They've got to deal with this, and they do eventually. Ibanez communicating with his own teammates there to be able to do so. 30 seconds left of this half. Karamov takes it quickly. They lose possession. This could be dangerous. Kaiharano, can he help it forward? Is that a handball? The flag's gone up. That's got to be a yellow card. That one has to be a yellow card. That was deliberate, Jamie. And that could have been a goal-scoring opportunity because Gonzalez was in support, look.
Well, I think clearly the yellow card is appropriate in this case. Just wonder if Gonzalez might have been in offside position if the ball had gone through to him, but clearly a yellow card. Philippossian can have no complaints about that one, and that pretty much sees the job through for Buriram.
45 minutes of football that has been defensive. It hasn't been as expansive as they would have liked. They have created one or two opportunities, but Bunyodkor really dictating the pace. That goes in, the keeper's dropped it. A real opportunity, a good save in the end though. Ibanez looking for his third goal. There's the half-time whistle, and that could have been drama right at the end because Zukharov came a long, long way and dropped that, and it was fired back in by Ibanez. They're looking for the handball. You can see here that the Bunyodkor players are not happy at all. What do you make of this, Jamie? The keeper's just thrown it down. Great save though, the second one.
Yeah, it does well eventually. I'm not sure why they're so upset, what it is they're having to go about. I think actually, yeah, I do know what they're upset about. They're still upset about the one that was punched out in the early stages, which should have been a penalty. But plenty of controversy, plenty of action, but no goals.
I think we will get goals in the second half. We had 3 in the first leg, and it was Buriram United that are leading by 2-1 on aggregate. It's 0-0 here. A great second half coming your way in a few moments' time. Hello and welcome back to the Bunyodkor Stadium in Tashkent. Never an easy place to go and get a result, as my co-commentator Jamie Reeves will definitely testify to. We've done loads of games involving the likes of Bunyodkor and the national team, and it has to be said, Paktor as well, who haven't qualified. But we're here for Bunyodkor versus Buriram United. It's 0-0 at half-time in the second leg. And of course, it is Buriram United that are currently leading by 2-1 after the first leg last week. Just to bring you up to date on what the scores are and the games that you'll be able to see across our networks. Al Gharafa are losing by 2-1 against Al Shabab, but their second leg is at home. Al Jahiz are drawing 1-1 with Al Ahli, somewhat of a surprise at that result. Al Halal are 1-0 down to Lekhwia. And Al Shabab Al Arabi are 4-2 down against Estigal, who look very, very strong so far this term, it has to be said. Beijing Guan and FC Seoul, we've already seen the climax to that, where FC Seoul won by 3-1 over the 2 legs. Buriram United and Bunyodkor, it's 2-1 in favour of the Thai side, so Bunyodkor have it all to do. The Central Coast Mariners will play Guangzhou Evergrande tomorrow, and they will look to overturn a 2-1 deficit. Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors are 2 goals down against Kashiwa Reysol, and they have it all to do, it has to be said. As it is, It is the winners of Group G in Bunyodkor taking on the runners-up of Group E, who have had to make it through the qualifying rounds as well to get to this stage. Buriram United. It's 0-0 on the night, 2-1 on aggregate at the moment, and it's all for Bunyodkor to do, Jamie Reeves.
Well, you just wonder if they've got a little bit more in their locker, because what they showed in the first half, Paul, suggests that they're really going to struggle to break down a fairly resolute Buriram side.
Straight away though, Turayev getting checked out and blocked out there by Suri Shukar. It's going to be a free kick in a very, very dangerous position. Let's see what quality can be delivered here. Scott Cooper not happy with that decision. Interim manager, if you read some reports. Full manager if you read other reports. Isn't it strange how the word interim comes in after Chelsea have used it?
Yeah, it's become the fashionable term, isn't it now?
You're either in charge or you're not. It's as simple as that for me, Jamie. So he's in charge as Turayev delivers. It's a deep one and fisted away by Siborak. Kaihirano on the chase. Gets there first, goes to ground. He's gone down injured. It's as though he may roll his ankle as that ball's delivered back in. Easy pickings for Champ, as he is known by his teammates.
Well, once again, Sirawat, excellent working goal, I have to say. It looked a good ball played in originally by Turayev. And this is worrying, seeing Kai Hirano staying down. It's a nice ball, that. Good shape on it. Actually, the keeper just comes out, deals with it.
Two of the players not happy and just going over to the official on the far side and just asking why that decision hasn't been given. And we've seen a yellow card. Is that a yellow card for Kai Hirano? Even though he's lost half his boot. Looks that way, doesn't it?
Well, it looks as if he's talked his way into the referee's book, and that's so stupid.
Used to cost you 10% of your wages, that, Jamie. Dissent, then
right,
20.
Quite rightly so.
Then 40. And then obviously the maximum which you can be fined is a week's wages. It does build up to that. Siborak hasn't really been called into action, has he? He's made one or two comfortable saves that have been right down his throat, but nothing stunning as of yet.
I think he'll have been quite happy with his night's work, as will the defence generally. They've not been put under much pressure.
Gonzalez goes to around.
You would have to say, Paul, that the combination of Igor Taran and Alexander Piszczur must be the slowest striking pairing that we've seen for a long time. They pose no pace threat whatsoever.
And you'll have a couple of strikers on the bench which you do feel will be deployed if things aren't going their way. And already we're 3 minutes into the second half, so first step will be for Buriram to get to the hour mark without conceding. And ball forwards flicked on by Turayev, back inside to Taran. No real pace to just get on the end of that. Gonzalez, a little bit of time and space. Kai Hirano's run into an offside position. Getting away cheaply there. So Lazic tries to get on with this quickly. It is again. Shiramadov getting involved as well. Here's Kai Hirano inside to Gonzalez. A little flick from him. That's what you don't need at this stage of the game. Need to keep the ball a little bit better. As Karamov just feeds it into Jurayev, who drills one in. Not a bad idea with a little flick there from Piszczur.
It was a good idea, actually. Nice bit of invention from the big man.
Tiraton tries the long diagonal. Easily picked off though by Jurayev. Here's that little flick again. Turayev just not reading it, neither was Igor Taran. Well, there you go. Flag's gone up though. The hand goes up. but you cannot go to sleep for one moment. Kasimov looking on bemused, as is Visor and Taran. It is Siwarak who is on the ground and clutching his head. Don't want to be wasting time like this. They've gone to sleep there. They've taken it very, very quickly. Drilled in. He's offside. Yeah.
He's offside. Yeah.
It's a great finish though, but
he does very well push through.
No real contact there, was there? You could see quite clearly there Abdullah Balushi just a little wily smile and pointing at his watch saying, don't worry, if we've got to stay out till midnight tonight, we're staying out till midnight. I'll keep this game going.
Just saying, I've got this under control, don't worry. There was minimal contact there, shaking his head, but to be honest, barely any contact whatsoever. He's saying the foot's raised. It's not even high, is it, the foot? He's making a mountain out of a molehill there. But the decision was right. He was in an offside position.
Surak just catching the backside of Pichot. 9 fouls each. And that tells you how competitive this game's been from both sides. I'd expected that to be top heavy in the side of Buriram because they're the ones that are hanging on, but they've come here to play as well, there's no question about that. Hand clear. It's going to be easily picked off though by Sherekmadov. He threads a great ball forwards, a lovely layoff from Taran. Long, deep, searching ball, and again the keeper thought about coming but didn't. Here's Hasanov, drilled back in. That's got the crowd excited. Buriram can't clear their lines at the moment. Gonzalez gets there and heads it forwards. Cajerano just stuck out on the wing there. Not exactly where he needs to be. Needs to be playing a little bit closer to the number 7 substitute who came on. Surat just cushioning it back, help forwards from Pratom Chitong. And again, it does look as though Bunyodkor are starting this half well, like they did the game, Jamie, but they're just not making anything happen in the final third, are they?
No, these aren't good times for Buriram. They need to keep possession of the football. They're lining up a substitution.
Adisak, yeah. He started in the last game. He was left out.
Oh, that's a crunching challenge. Oh my goodness.
And the referee is right on the spot there. Challenge will be made while this is going on. Gonzalez has gone down. You'd see him go down unless it was because of big contact, it has to be said. He's been stretchered off though. The substitution will be made. That's just shin to shin, and you can see there Karamov goes in with the second one.
It was the second one that I picked out as being a real crunching challenge.
He's off the floor, isn't he?
Yeah, it is. But in fact, Karimov was more sinned against than sinning on the first challenge, that's for sure.
Adisak coming on for Cajerano, so the 22-year-old with a burden on his shoulders, it has to be said. Has been playing for the under-19s and the under-23 national team, but he scored 8 goals in 37 games since breaking through to the first team in 2011. Just to add up a bit more pace, you would think, and hazard a guess, which is why Cajerano has been sacrificed. Well kept in play there by Jurayev. He delivers into the box. Good solid defending from Osmar Ibanez. Gonzalez gets involved, a lovely layoff from him, and now here is Adisak. Adisak brought on with that pace, and there you go. It's gone against the Thai side. You can see Kasimov trying to urge his team forwards. That's a difficult one for the officials, even though it's right in front of him. I mean, it's toe to toe, isn't it? You can't see. We are going to have the change now. It's going to be Jurayev that does come off, and it is going to be Oleg Zotiv that comes on. So a defender slash midfield player. You feel that they'll sacrifice someone at the back now. 23-year-old, not long breaking into the national team.
I think this is a positive move. Zateyev had a little bit more of an attacking quality.
There he is down the left, fires one straight in. Actually started his career with Paktor Tashkent.
There's quite a sense of urgency about Bunyodkor that was a bit lacking in the first half. Still got 35 minutes to get the goal.
Chance here on the turn. Sanan couldn't make anything happen. Shirakhmedov gets fortuitous there, drills one across goal. Pratham Jutong gets his head there first. Gets a pat on the back as well from Siwarak. This is a bit more attack-minded now, though, isn't it?
I think this could be the pattern of the second half, Paul. It looks like Bunyodkor are going to lay siege to the Buriram goal.
Can they hang on? 10 minutes or so has gone in the second half already. Hasanov. Well, that's the frustrating thing, isn't it? You send all your defenders up, you've got your strikers in there, you've got 100 yards to be able to kick the ball into play, and you kick it out behind. What a waste.
Yes, particularly the central defenders will tend to have a couple of well-chosen words in those situations.
There's confirmation of the substitution. Zateyev is on. Here's Jurayev that has gone off. There's that little nick. Adisak closing down, just hacked to safety. Pasayan trying to close down now. Adisak again. Nadalez just leads it for Teraton and makes an angle to receive the ball and looks to spread play to the other side. Surisuka keeps possession. Say what you want, they do pass the ball around Buriram. Well, that has gone against Buriram.
They've been conned there, Paul. That was a Buriram throw.
I think it's been pulled back for the Buriram throw. Well, you know, Jamie, you always just turn around and you stand up and you go, it's my ball, let's have a look. It definitely is, there's no question about that. The linesman's given it, the referee's overturned him. To be fair, the referee's at least pulled it back to give Buriram an opportunity to sort themselves out positionally. Turayev helps it on, gets it back. Crowded out though by Gonzalez. And again, they're happy to play these little triangles, Buriram. Not afraid to pass and keep the ball. Adisak with a lovely little layoff and gets the return. Does well, the 22-year-old, and brings Sachau into play, who switches play. The ball out wide. Teraton ever willing to bomb on down that left hand. Hasanov winning the throw-in as well. I can't be sure. Well covered. Panasak coming across and dealing with that, and just has a little bit of a go there at Taran.
There's a lot going on in this game at the moment, Paul. The officials are slightly losing control of the thing. We've had several debatable throw-in situations. That's not good either, that shove in the back.
Well, how cool was that for defending there, though, from Ibanez, totally in control of the ball. Siwarak just scoops it up when the challenge comes from a Bunyodkor player and then launches it clear. It's going to be like this the second half. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be for the faint-hearted either. If you're a Thailand fan watching this, be on the edge of your seat for the remaining 30 or so minutes. One ball looking for the run there of Hasanov. Switch flank on this occasion and has gone over to that right-hand side. He'll be looking to launch this one in. Not happy with the ball boy who threw him a ball straight away, and then the other one bounced back onto the pitch. Another foul throw, but not given. Possession kept though. Sharakhmadov picks out the players in the middle, and you could see Turayev and Pishor furious that Turayev had got in his way. The big man wanted that one, and that is lack of communication.
That's such a good position. That's what Pushchur's been waiting for the whole game. And Turayev sort of gets in on the back of him.
He'd always told us a defender, make sure it's not a clean header or a free header, put a challenge in. Fortunately there for Buriram, it was a Bunyodkor player that was doing it himself. There's a check from Karimov.
He's an old-style defender, isn't he, Karimov? Takes no prisoners.
Sochao is the captain. He's just getting told by the referee, no more, it's finished. You can see there quite clearly the backside of Karimov just checking out Gonzalez. Good defending in the end from Ibrahimov. Danger not clear yet though. Gonzalez, great little ball, a chance here! What an opportunity that would have been, but the flag's gone up and Karimov gets on with it straight away. Buriram almost taking the lead. Play on, said the referee. Gonzalez skips past two challenges, gets caught. No free kick awarded. Long range shot drilled in. And just over the top. The game is starting to pick up a little bit of momentum now. Sochao it was from about 25 yards. Just, you would say just.
Very, very close. And also I think Karimov was very close to getting the booking for that challenge he made just now.
Gonzalez skips past one challenge, skips past two. It's Gonzalez, he looks up, squares it. Good defending, brilliant defending in the end by Philippe Ossian. He took his time to cushion that header down into the path of Zoteyev, who'd come all the way back to help out in defence. That was good attacking and good defending.
Yeah, nice passage of play there. And I'm sure Buriram will be delighted to have played it in the opposite end of the pitch for a change. Been under siege so far in this half, but good little spell there.
Well, it's just telling Bunyodkor that they're still there. As we see the cross from Hasanov, who's reverted back to the left wing position. Hadisak skips past a couple of challenges, but just a big toe from Ibrahimov, enough to win that ball back for Bunyodkor. Just the one arm on the back there. Blazic, who I think that's the first time we've mentioned him this half, Jamie. That's how quiet he's gone.
Tiratom protests his innocence, but I think he was guilty as charged.
Doesn't want to say too much because he's on a yellow card. That's enough. We've seen can deliver quality from this area, and with all the big men that Bunyodkor have, you wouldn't put it past them, would you? Fired in, far too close to Siwarak. Just needed to be about a yard shorter, didn't it? Siwarak trying to get on with this quickly. Let's see what he was trying to do there, but Karimov just coolly keeps possession.
Well, I wouldn't say this is great football, Paul, but it's very tense, hugely tense game.
It really is, because there is so much at stake for both of these sides. Bunyodkor with the tradition and the history of getting through to the latter stages in this competition. Buriram United in there. Sorte trying to get through, which they have done from the group phase. They are looking to go one better this year by finally getting through to the knockout phase. It's their third appearance in this competition. When you consider that Bunyodkor have played 6 times. Free kick's been given for the handball. 6 consecutive years now that they have been in this competition, Bunyodkor.
don't think there's any controversy in that decision.
Well, it does look as though they're getting ready to make a change. Mursaev looking to come on. It looks as though he's cut himself before he gets on the pitch, so whether or not he'll be allowed on the pitch is quite an interesting one. Gonzalez, surrounded by white shirts, does well to keep possession and get it back. That's what they needed. That's why the change was made.
Great work there. Really is top draw.
But it's a wasted substitution, Jamie, if you're chasing a game or if you need to make one. It's a strong challenge coming in there from Surisuka. Get a little ticking off for that. Igor Taran is coming off. We haven't really seen too much of him. Kamaluddin Mursaev is coming on. 23 caps and 10 goals for the national team. Has been with the club. This is his second season, but it is his second spell at the club. After joining for just 5 games in 2009 and scoring 4 goals. So a player that knows where the back of the net is. Ball whipped in and it had Siwarak worried, but it goes away from goal. Tedeton will just launch this as far as he can.
Well, hopefully the introduction of Mursaev will bring a little bit more pace to the front line, because I thought Taran was awful through the first hour.
It's an interesting statistic. The Buriram have been offside more times than Bunyodkor. That's as cool as you like from Thanasak Srisai, who comes out of defence with the ball, tucks it into the channel. You can see there Scott Cooper urging his players to go and support Adisak. All on his own. Good test for the 22-year-old. Does well to keep possession.
I think he's done pretty well since he's come on, Paul. Difficult situation, and he's been very willing. Backed himself for pace on occasion as well, and he's upset the back four. Can't be bad.
The ball must have gone out of play, and it was taken pretty quickly. They're not messing around here, Bunyodkor. They need a goal. If they get a goal, they will be in the driving seat, as they do already have an away goal. As it is, that one's gone against. Oh, he's not happy with that.
But it's right.
Blazic.
It came off Blazic. The last touch definitely came off Blazic.
I think he's having what they refer to in the trade as having one in the second half, Jamie. Which you will translate to a nightmare, yeah. Another change, and it's going to be the attacking midfield player, Rakhmatuliev. That looks like he's coming on. Chest down to the edge of the box. It's the other substitute, Zotiev, who tries to make something happen. Ibanez gets caught in possession and had clear in the end from Surisuka. Non-stop wave of white shirts coming forwards now. That looked as though it was headed right off the shoulder by Surat. Adisak just rolls it back. Pratum helps it forwards. Gonzalez keeps possession. Kirawat finds Gonzalez. Gonzalez will draw the foul, which is not given. Referee missing that one as well, it has to be said. Outside of the foot there from Turayev. The flag's gone up. So it will mean that Rakhmatuliev will get the opportunity to come on, the 22-year-old. There's confirmation of the other substitution. Taran off. Mursaev on. It's going to be Blazic. No surprise there. As Jamie, what do we say? He's having one. So Rakhmatuliev, the 22-year-old, that made his national debut in 2012. He will get the opportunity to come on, and that is the last throw of the dice for Kasimov. And it's still early in the game.
Well, it's bold with 21 minutes to go. Someone gets injured now, and they have to soldier on with what they've got out there. It's all very shapeless, isn't it, from Bunyodkor? They're pushing hard, they're trying to raise the tempo, but there's no sense of sort of planning of how are we going to try and create a goal? Let's just rush forward and see what happens.
Zotayev helps it down the line. And the ball whipped in, it's a deep one. Beats everybody. And this is what Bunyodkor will need to be careful of at the back. 20 minutes they have to score a goal. Alternatively, you could say Buriram have 20 minutes to hang on. There's the ball nicely down the line. Hasanov, who again is blowing hot and cold and coming in and out of the game. With the deep ball. Another ball played in. Has the flag gone up? No. Play on, said the referee. And again, Buriram just trying to overplay there. And you feel that Suchao should just really have put his foot straight through that and turn the defenders. Now the pressure is back on for the Thai side. There you go. There's nothing wrong with that, lad. Get your shape back and sort yourselves out. That's exactly what Suchao did on that occasion. No, nothing there.
Nothing at all. Just a clumsy player tripping over himself.
There's going to be another change. Anowin is the man that's going to come on. And it looks like it's going to be Jirawat that will go off. So both sides have used their substitutions now. And that was signed this season from Bangkok Glass. Has a knack of scoring important goals. Scored 2 so far this year in 8 games. Ball whipped in, just cleared by Pratom, who urges his team to get out of that box. Which is what you want as a defender. You don't want to be in your own box. Zotayev into Hasanov. Hasanov fires it into the backside of Thanasak Srisai. And you can see it getting edgier and edgier as the game goes on. Kasimov. Gonzalez with a little cushion header. Just looped up in the air from Thanasak. The loose one picked up by Turayev. Turayev just making sure that everyone was out of the way so that he could keep possession.
You've got to look at how many saves Sirak has had to make in this game, and they're just not really creating opportunities for Bunyodkor. Lots of possession, lots of pressure, but very little in the way of direct threat on the goal. And let's give good credit to Buriram's defence. I think the back line have been extremely disciplined.
They've been holding up quite well, it has to be said. And when Jujin is coming on to help shut it down this right-hand side, because Hasanov has caused the issue or two, so has the substitute, Zotayev. Taken quickly, Turayev fires that one in. He just falls down every time he's in the box. Dear oh dear, Pishore just needs to stay on his feet and be that presence that they hit. Chance though for Bunyodkor down the right hand side. Falls again to Zotayev. Now looking to step forward is Karamov. Doesn't score that many goals, Karamov, but you do know that he is an enforcer at the back, that's for sure. Great ball whipped in, the big man heads it down. What a challenge that was from Pratom Chitong, and it needed to be timed to perfection because Ratmatuliev almost getting on the end of that. There you go, everybody forward now. There's 8 white shirts in the box. He's touching the crossbar, look. He's a giant of a man.
He's huge, isn't he?
Be sure. Hasanov is just going to try and drop it in there. Flicked away. No nonsense from Suratsuka.
There is a lot of nonsense going on inside that penalty area, though. I don't think Sirak's got a case, really.
Fisted away by Sirak. Not far enough. Good feet from Ratmatuliev. Does well to retain possession. Oh, it's just a little bit too tight. There could be a quick counter-attack here. Well, you can see the frustrations bearing down there. If you're going to do that, you put it into the corner and you put it with backspin so it holds up. That's a great fist from Sivorak.
Oh, he's done very well there.
15 minutes and counting, Jamie Reeves.
It's getting really tense.
Ball fired into the box, the keeper, easy pickings for him. I can tell you, everybody out there, how tense it's got. Jamie Reeves and myself have just started to lean forwards and closer to the action so we can get a little bit closer and see what's going on. It is really, really, well, on a knife's edge at the moment. This one could really go either way. Cut him off inside. It is again. Gonzalez not happy with some of his players for not closing down, and he's having a go there at Adisak to work a little bit harder. I do feel that if they do get the right result, that was the change after the 35th, 37th minute that made the difference in this game. The ability for someone to hang on to the ball and just relieve a little bit of the pressure. Zotiev, 5 white shirts in the box, the little flick on, time and space for the volley. How much time did he want? And you can see there, Kasimov knows that if that was him, it was in the back of the net. Musayev, unfortunately, it just wouldn't sit down quickly enough for him, would it?
Well, there's a nice little flick on, isn't there, initially? That's decent enough. But the chest shape's all wrong, isn't it? He's chested the ball up in the air instead of getting it down, and so it wouldn't sit down for him.
Can you just explain to everybody, Jamie, it does make a big difference, doesn't it? Because it gives that defender a second to react and at least put the challenge in and put you off.
If he dropped that ball down at his feet, the defence was an irrelevance, but given that the ball went up in the air, the defender came in.
You're never going to get there, are you? When it's up in the air, you're going to get closed down. So interesting times, and still not a real opportunity when it came to it. Sirovac not called into action. Tuneyev helping that one forwards, losing out. That's good play from Sachau. 7 white shirts in the opponent's half, 3 blue shirts breaking forwards here. And a win. Just couldn't sort his feet out, and Tuneyev having to scurry back there and put the challenge in. And it's been a brave effort no matter what happens from Buriram, that is for sure. Shinamadov plays it back inside. Play is switching to Zotiev. Zotiev just drills it into the defender. They are closing down quickly, it has to be said. Gonzalez in with a challenge and wins the throw-in. Yes, he does. The referee right on the spot there, and Kasimov not happy with that decision at all. Ball boy comes sprinting over to try and throw the ball straight back into Suri Sukar's hands. This way, that way.
I'm sure in his own mind he's convinced that it should have been his free kick, his throw-in. You know, it's great drama. It's not great football, Paul, but it is great drama. That's for sure.
And I mean, Eugene gets ushered to the sidelines.
The great thing with Buriram, Paul, you look at them in the group stage, they've only conceded 6 goals. You know, for minnows, essentially in this tournament, you would expect someone to have knocked a number of goals past them, but they've been pretty tidy throughout. They've only scored 6, but I think that's a pretty good record defensively.
And in qualifying, they did not concede either, Jamie, so I have to say that was well done. Hasanov coming forwards now, fires one into the box. It's a great ball. Oh, what a chance that was. Suvarak thought that he was going to come for that, but as it was, Musayev came in at the far post, rose extremely well and should have absolutely buried that one. What a chance, but what a ball in from Hasanov, and it's just a shame Pissur wasn't in at that far post, because you feel that would have been in the back of the net.
Well, this is him at his best, isn't it? It's a super ball, that. It's got the nice shape on it. It's just a nice height. Everything good but the finish. The referee again saying, look, don't worry about me, I've got the time. And actually the Bunyodkor players are just winding themselves up by doing this. It's not helping.
No, not when that doesn't happen and there's no free kick given. This was Su Chow's chance earlier on. Gonzalez getting in as well. And this was fantastic, cool defending in the end. Bang, just a little cushion header down from Philippe Ocean. So they have had the chance or two themselves. Who's got booked there? I'm sure we'll find out pretty soon, because there's just a melee going on. And we are into the final 10 minutes. I feel that there might be about 5 or 6 minutes of time added on at the end of this one, Jamie.
Oh, there'll be plenty of time added.
Gonzalez, there you go, bringing the ball down. Just that extra touch buys an extra second or two. He's chased back in. That's a great ball forwards. Ibanez in close attendance to the big man, and Ibanez gets there and comes out comfortable with it. Gonzalez. Hanawin. Forwards. Ooh, play allowed to continue. That was a siding challenge. And Gonzalez just slows it down a little bit. Flicks it forwards. Flag has stayed down. Hanawin Judin tries a little reverse pass, and the opportunity's created. It's gone just wide. Zukarov managed to get a hand to that, and it was just as well that he did. What a finish that would have been, and you can see there Scott Cooper puffing his cheeks out. What a golden opportunity that was for Buriram to pretty much kill this game. Great work down the right hand side. Gonzalez just dinking one forwards down the line. He's onside when the ball was played, and then again Hanawin just clipping this one into the hole behind, and everybody caught ball watching. He had a look, there was no real support there.
It was such a clever ball, that second one, just hooked through.
Adasak it was who missed the opportunity, Jamie. It was a great run from him though.
Super work. Earlier in the move, Karimov cleaned somebody out yet again.
Which went unpunished. Adasak was actually born just a stone's throw away from the ground. Who's got booked here? Well, it is Pratom Chutong. So if you get kicked and get injured, or there's an issue like that, and you get booked, wrong. I'm terribly sorry, but that is not correct in my eyes. Long range shot from Tiraton, deflected just over. It had Zukarov scrambling across.
It's a decent enough strike, isn't it, even before the deflection?
I won't mind that now, just go and keep it in the corner. So Chow better get on with this quickly, otherwise we're going to see a spate of yellow cards right at the end here. Only sacrificed 4 players into the box this time, so they play it short. Tiraton clips it in, changes the angle, free header! No real power or pace in that.
I think just before that, Paul, Ibanez was clubbed to the ground. I don't know if we'll see it again.
No, it was just before. It was in the middle.
That. Yeah. But I would have thought Ibanez would be a good candidate for man of the match, really. He's been a tower of strength in the middle of the defence.
Well, it's one of the two Spaniards, isn't it? Because Gonzalez has totally changed the way and the shape of the game for Buriram. And look at him, he's still working his socks off. Okay, he missed the first 30 minutes of the game, but yeah, he has made the difference. Oh, that's well won. Well won, and here's Ibanez. Oh, no, that's got to be a red card. The elbow went up there as well. That is awful.
That's disgraceful, Paul. That really is. That is such a cynical body check. I can't see why that isn't a red card.
And now look, Ibanez gets a yellow card for moaning and gestating that it was an arm swung, and it was, Jamie. We call that straight away. Watch, look, bang.
Oh, that's shocking. That is such a cynical
and then he says, no, I didn't touch him. Well, we may see some scenes coming right at the end of the game here that you don't want to be witnessing, because this could get naughty. It's starting to.
It's very ugly indeed, isn't it? I can't believe Ibanez has been yellow carded for what is an entirely legitimate protest.
The elbow did look as though it went up, but it was more the shoulder that was blocked out.
He's just taken him out, hasn't he, completely? And that's not the first time he's done that during the course of the game.
That's the scary thing, Jamie. It's about his third or fourth challenge that's been very, very naughty. Tidaton doesn't want to get caught in possession there in his own final third. Tries to help it forwards. Nodded back by Turayev. Here is Karimov.
Can't see too many of the Thai players shaking hands with Karimov after the game.
Well, you have to go to the centre circle and shake everybody's hand now. That's the way that it is. There we go. Here's Anawin on the burst. Gets in behind his man. It's still Anawin. And there he is again. Look, just checking him out. As it is, it's given us a real exciting end to this game, that's for sure. Ball drilled forwards, a half a chance coming here for Hasanov. Ibanez kept his hands down. Ball cleared, not far enough, headed down into the ground by Turayev. Nice little layoff there though from Adisak. Sachau trying to slow things down. And they're not panicking. Sachau with a little give and go. Tidaton giving it in back, but then losing possession, so they're going to have to work their socks off to get back into position. Time running out here for Bunyodkor. 3.5 minutes plus stoppage time. Are we going to have a late goal? It was nicely done as well by Pratom Chitong.
Well, he'd be another one who'd be a candidate for man of the match. He's really stood very big at the back there. It would be heartbreak for Buriram if they conceded now, Paul.
Nice ball played forwards. Oh, is that a penalty? No, said the referee. Play on, so controversy again here as it's hacked across goal. Hasanov's going to get there. Hasanov picks up the loose ball. We've already seen him deliver quality into the box on his unfavoured right foot. Back inside, Zotiev. Zotiev gets a nudge. Play on, says the referee. And there's a lot of white shirts committed forward, so a chance here for Buriram to counter-attack. There's 2-on-2 if it's done early enough. Easily picked off though by Lipoposian. And now Karimov comes forwards. It's real end-to-end stuff here. And that's an awful ball played forwards. Let's have a look at this, Jamie.
Not for me.
Never been a penalty. It's a free kick because he's put hand on the ball. Karimov slowing things down into the path of Turayev. Spreads it back out wide. Ball whipped in. Takes a deflection. And Sibarak's done well to keep that in. He will be earning his name champ, and you don't want to be doing that. That is what winds other people up, and that is you're asking for trouble.
Yes. In a game where the tension is at a really high level, don't wind people up. Just get on with the game.
Challenges starting to fly in. Just over 90 seconds plus whatever referee Abdullah Balushi decides that he wants to add on. Can Buriram dare to dream? Can they get themselves through and keep a clean sheet here in Tashkent? That is the question. Here's Karimov again.
Don't forget, Paul, they haven't won any of their games at home, Bunyodkor.
You only need a goal, Jamie. That's the thing.
3 matches, 3 draws, 4th game, and my money's on a draw again.
That was very brave of you to say with just 60 seconds left on the clock, Jamie, so I'll give you that one. Bunyodkor's home game so far, 2-2 with the Pohang Steelers, 0-0 with Beijing Guan, and 0-0 with Sanfrecce Hiroshima, so they're not exactly free-flowing and free-scoring at home either, are they, as well? Seems to have been the problem. Free kick awarded in favour of Buriram. And when it is who's gone to ground. A little bit of contact there with the shoulder from Hassanov, and as Jamie Reeves quite rightly pointed out, you're not allowed to do that in today's game.
No, quite enough.
Certainly not cricket. 90 minutes fast approaching, 10 seconds or so before we find out what the referee from Qatar has decided to add on at the end of the 90. 5 minutes. Buriram have to hang on. Tiraton down the line and into the corner. Well, you know what's coming now, and that's Ibanez, who wins a throw-in. I'm sure he's going to run his socks off to get back into defence after making sure that they waste another few moments of this. What an achievement this would be, though. Everyone thought that Munyodkor United were going to be the team from Thailand that would go through, and they're looking really, really good. They ended up only getting and delivering 1 point from their group in Group F. That's another foul throw. Play continues. I don't think that was right, but that didn't look right either. They're both throw-ins, and it's just going to go mad now the last couple of minutes here, that is for sure. Hassanov into the centre. Right little turn. No free kick given. Played wide. Pishore. The white shirts piling into the box. Rakhmatuliev with a little layoff. Help forwards from Shurakhmedov. Ibanez is there yet again. The tower of strength that you mentioned earlier really has been a tower of strength. Gonzalez, well that's a rugby tackle, and that's going to be a yellow card. There's no question about that. Now why he wants to do that, I don't know, because it gives them an opportunity to launch one into the box.
I think he just got carried away with the moment, didn't he, Carmelo? You're right. It's a rugby tackle, not even a very good one at that.
But it just means everyone can go forwards.
Put pressure on themselves, don't they?
Their shape seems to have been okay. Turayev just telling his players where he wants them to run. See where I can go. Has to be on his toes. This is drilled to the penalty spot. Ibanez again. What a tower of strength, and what a header that was. Here's Hassanov. Back inside. Headed away by Gonzalez. Karamov. Well, you can see the Thai side, Buriram, still pushing and trying to put the pressure on. Turayev helps that one forwards, flicked on again. Ibanez gets his body in the way, gets a tug on his shorts, but just launches it to safety. 2 minutes down, 3 minutes to go. It really has been a pulsating game, Jamie.
For a 0-0 draw, this is extraordinary, Paul.
It really has had us on the edge of our seats, that's for sure. Ibanez is going to get there and just lashes it in the air. Karamov, a little cushion down there for Zotiev. Out wide, Hassanov comes inside. Hassanov switches the focal point of attack. Tiraton going down to close down. Rakhmatuliev in attendance, didn't get the ball. There was a foul there, no play on. Here's Gonzalez. There you go, there's the rugby tackle back. That's going to be a free kick, is it? No. Get up, says the referee. Can't believe the free kick's not been given. Turayev, little layoff back from him. Shurakhmedov. This has surely got to go long. They're looking for Pishore. He wins the header. Gonzalez does so in turn. Headed forwards from Surisuka. I can tell you something, the celebrations at the end of this will be immense if that's the case. And a win, doing well to win that, threads it forwards, it's 2 against 1. He's going on himself, it's Gonzalez. Checks back and gets the ball stuck under his feet. And now questions may be asked at the other end, because a lot of blue shirts had sacrificed themselves forwards there. Rakhmatuliev with the outside of the foot, couldn't find a way through. Sprinting across is Turayev to take this. The marking very, very slack now. A minute and a half, just 90 seconds to go. Gonzalez gets there and just clears his lines. Shurakhmedov back inside. Turayev, who's dropped deeper and deeper to launch this forwards, and it's gone all the way through, and communication skills are at a premium there, and you can see the fist pump there from Tanasak. He is very, very happy with his goalkeeper communicating there, and he will get rid of it pretty quickly, otherwise he's going to get a yellow card and a free kick given against him. Launches it the full length of the field of play. Is that a foul? Yes, said the referee, and that buys them enough time to be able to play this one into the corner. It does look as though Buriram have about 40 seconds to go. It looks as though they're going to go through to the quarterfinals. What an amazing achievement that will be. coming to Tashkent and getting a result and going through, having had to qualify and come through a game against Adelaide, but they've given the ball away. Have they shot themselves in the foot right at the end here? Headed away by Tanasak Srisai. Picked up again by Tureyev. Tureyev looks forwards, instead he looks wide. Rakhmatullayev has options in the box. It's a long looping ball in for the big man who heads it down. Ibanez lashes it clear. The referee's looking at his watch. The 5 minutes are up. He's looked at his watch. He's put the whistle to his mouth. It's the Thai side that will go through. What a pulsating 90 minutes, Jamie Reeves. And that is thoroughly deserved. What a defensive display from Buriram. And look at what it means to this Buriram side. Unbelievable that they've managed to get through to the quarterfinals.
These are magnificent scenes. Obviously heartbreak if you're a Bunyodkor fan and for the coach, but for the Buriram players and their officials, it's a marvellous moment. The defensive lineup was so good throughout, all ranged around Ibanez, who had a massive game for them. It may not have been great football, but it was wonderful drama, Paul.
The draw will be held on the 20th of June, and it's the Thai side that will be progressing. It might have finished 0-0 here in Tashkent at the Bunyodkor Stadium, but it is the Thai side that win overall on aggregate by 2-1. Some sterling defensive displays from Pratum Chitong, Asma Ibanez and Tanasak Shisai, and it was that change of Carmelo Gonzalez that made the difference after 35 minutes. It's the Thai side that will go into the draw. Who are they going to get? Stay with us to find out.